the l'au-delà, the other world, and I wondered for the 100th time whether if I tried really hard I could send Jim back to the fiery depths of hell. No, it answered my unasked question before I could do so much as level another squinty-eyed glare at it. You tried 3 times to send me back. The last time cost me a toe. My favorite one, too. How you can make a toe disappear right off my foot is beyond me. But the point is that I'm not going to risk another unbalanced paw just so you can play junior guardian. I'm staying put until you get yourself a mentor and figure out that whole sending me back thing. Will you stop answering questions before I ask them? Stop telling me what to do, and above all, stop talking! As crowded as the platforms were, the air filled with fumes from the fast food restaurants that lined the main section of the station, not to mention the ripe odor of a couple of 100 people who'd been crushed into a busy train on a hot August day, as well as the noise those very same hot, sweaty people made as they tried to escape the station. Despite all that, my words managed to penetrate the miasma of sound and echo with a strange, piercing quality off the tiled walls. Several heads swiveled to look back at us. I smiled somewhat grimly at all of them. A hurt look filled Jim's brown eyes as it sniffed, with studied indifference, the butts of the man and woman in front of us. We shuffled forward another few feet. So, that was an order? I sighed, my shoulders slumping in defeat. I was hot, tired, jet-lagged from the flight from Portland to Amsterdam to Budapest, and to be honest, Jim's presence, although annoying in many ways, was more than a little reassuring, considering just who else was occupying the same continent on which I now found myself. The memory of glittering green eyes, filled with smoky desire, rose with no difficulty to dance before me, but was squelched with a much greater effort. No, it's not an order, I said softly. At least not until we're through this crowd. I doubt if anyone can even see you, let alone notice that your mouth is moving. I told you to get me that ventriloquist tape I saw on TV. The mass of humanity rippled forward, then halted again. I stood on my tiptoes and peered around the big sun hat of the woman in front of me and caught sight of what was holding us up. At the far end of the platform, where the passage narrowed to one open exit to the taxi ranks and passenger pickup areas, several men in security uniforms had stopped the crowd as a couple of VIPs were escorted off the train. What is it? Jim asked. Dead body? Someone throw himself in front of the train? Are there splattered body parts everywhere? Did you remember to bring your digital camera? You are a sick, sick demon. There are no body parts, splattered or otherwise. It's just... I craned my neck. Just a woman and a couple of guys in really expensive-looking designer clothes. They're probably movie stars or politicians or something. The crowd shimmered as a second exit was opened up, the mass of travelers undergoing mitosis as one part of the crowd headed for the new exit. Sweat trickled down my back, dampening the tendrils of hair that had escaped my ponytail until they clung to my neck. I was starting to get light-headed from the heat, the pressure of so many bodies, and the lack of sleep during the 12 hours it had taken to get from Portland to Budapest. I had to get out of there. Come on, I think I see a break. I pushed Jim toward the slight opening next to a couple of kids decked out in goth gear who were sucking the tongues out of each other's head. Jerking the suitcase behind me, apologizing under my breath as I jostled elbows, backs, and sides and squished forward. Why I thought coming here was such a good idea is beyond me. Makes sense to me, Jim answered a bit distractedly as it smelled people, luggage, and the litter on the ground with the same unbiased interest. The crowd thinned dramatically as people scattered once they made it past the bottleneck of the exit. You need training. Budapest is where it's happening. Hey, when are we gonna eat? I could have had a nice vacation in the Bahamas, but oh no, I had to come... My feet stopped moving. They simply stopped moving as my eyes bugged out of my head, my heart ceased beating, and my brain, usually a reliable and trustworthy